Hey y'all. We're back.
Mid-month episode.
Yeah. It's almost fall. When you listen to this, it's so close to fall.
Oh my gosh, I forgot it was going to be almost fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a month. I did look it up recently.
What's the date?
September 21st.
Ugh, hate that.
Could be 22nd. But I think it was the 21st.
July 17th. Because my birthday is July 16th. Once I'm through my birthday, don't care. Let's move it along. I did go to Target and Michael's and TJ Maxx yesterday, and they have a lot of fall stuff out.
Yeah. All of a sudden, like this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out at PetSmart.
Yes.
They have Halloween pet apparel. And they had it for cats and dogs.
Love.
But also
love
guinea pigs.
God, that's so funny.
And bearded dragons. Bearded dragon is the only reptile. I've had one. His name was Juju.
Oh. How long did it live?
10 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They don't die.
And then it just died one day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's always traumatizing when you're a kid.
I wasn't
you,
a kid anymore.
Have a caged animal and you walk in. Like I had a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
And I just walked in and it was just dead.
Yeah.
You know?
They just die.
Yeah.
You don't really see it coming.
No.
Especially with those little small mammals.
Like hamsters and gerbils.
Well, when we were at PetSmart, it was a Syrian hamster, really pretty, like it was golden, $16.
See, that's a bargain.
I was like, is this why people buy these? Because you can just buy a new one every week,
right? And do you have to get it vaccinated and stuff like a regular animal? That's so weird.
It was nuts because I remember the ferrets at Petco are $700.
Yeah, that's what you had said, which seems a little steep.
So it's like, do I get a $700 ferret or a $16 Syrian hamster?
Right.
I don't know.
Luckily, I don't have kids who ask for hamsters.
Yeah.
I'm not a hamster mom.
No, I knew someone that had a hamster. It was way bigger than I thought they were. Maybe it was a guinea pig.
Probably a guinea pig.
I can't tell the difference.
I had a guinea pig once too.
They're giant.
Or maybe a hamster. I don't know. I was that kid that always was like,
but it was just like,
I need a pet.
Dumb. It would just poop.
Right. What do they do?
Like there's no thought behind the eyes, you know? It's not like a cat or a dog where like they recognize you, you know?
Right. This is just like a rodent.
It's like a machine that just eats and poops.
Right.
And it does that like it can be eating and pooping at the same time in the same place.
Ugh. They stink too.
Yeah.
All the time. They're stinky animals.
But the lizard, I had a bearded dragon, Juju. He was great.
Did he recognize you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, they would do this little head bobby thing.
That's cute.
When they were happy. You could put little hats on them.
That's adorable.
Costumes. They're probably the easiest animal to put a costume on because they don't really
don't fight you like my cats do. I saw at TJ Maxx they had a little cowboy costume.
Yeah, I really want to get a costume for the cat.
It'd be so cute. We should get them matching costumes.
Ooh.
I know. We could dress them up like Three's Company.
Couples costumes.
Three's Company. Did you ever watch that show?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
It's from like the 70s, isn't it?
So good. I love Three's Company. We should dress them as Brittany and Justin in the all denim.
Brittany and Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, Britney Spears.
When they wore the full denim suit.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh. Dale and your cat. What's your cat's name?
Piper.
I always want to say Harper.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar vibes.
Right.
But yeah, fall is falling.
I can't
soon.
wait.
I've been looking at all kinds of things. I was looking at when the sun will be down at 8 o'clock.
I'm ready.
I was trying to figure that out.
I want to be forced to go to bed at 7 p.m.
Well, it's just, I have an issue with my apartment that like everything is great except for when the sun, because it's like a stucco building, when the sun beats down on the side of my apartment, it starts to get hot in there. So like if it's a cloudy day, the air conditioning's fine. If it's not 95 degrees, the air conditioning's fine. But if it's sunny and 95 degrees,
right,
it's just like the sun beats down on the side of the building and just radiates through the wall.
Ew.
And it makes it hot. So I've been trying to figure out, like, when will the sun be down as early as possible.
See, and I'm like, I want it to be dark out so I can be like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's midnight. Everybody go to bed. And really, it's 7:30 p.m. Like, I'm not tired. Weirdos, go to bed. Yeah, school starts for my kids next week.
Oh, that's too much.
Back to a routine. They start on Wednesday.
That's too much.
I'm a little nervous of how my morning routine will go. It just adds a little bit of stress.
Well, what time do they have to be at school?
8 o'clock.
Isn't that also when you start work?
Correct. Causes a little bit of a problem. I usually drop them off a little bit early because they can like go to their classrooms early. And
yeah.
I always just assume that my oldest has homework he didn't do the night before. So I'm like, now's your chance. Go in and do it. But I think he just like jacks around and goes to the gym with his friends.
Sure, kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no. But I haven't bought a single thing of school supplies. Not one.
I mean, do they really need new ones every year?
That's what I'm saying.
I remember just never using it.
Okay.
They'd be like, oh, buy those washable markers.
Yeah.
Construction paper.
Yes.
Manila paper.
We've had like multiple
paper.
things that come back unopened.
Yeah.
Or just notebooks that they didn't write in.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They should just give them an iPad and send them to school.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, just give them some YouTube. Let them learn from there.
Do all of your classes
on YouTube.
Just record them and put them on YouTube. Those kids will watch.
Honestly, my kids would be scholars.
Yeah.
If it was on YouTube.
Animate them.
Oh my gosh.
Just like shapes of color moving around.
Yeah.
With you talking about like math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop for a dance break. A little TikTok. They're great.
Yeah.
They'd be little baby geniuses.
That movie.
Oh, that's a good movie. Is that the one? No, I was thinking of the one. Is that the one where they talk?
The babies talk, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember?
And it's really creepy looking.
Yeah. Do you remember the movie Look Who's Talking?
No.
With John Travolta?
No.
What a great segue. R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John. I'm so sad about this.
Yeah, whenever I saw that, I was like, oh, Kelsey's going to be personally affected.
I'm surprised I didn't take PTO and leave. I was so sad. Jenny told me. She messaged me and was like, Olivia Newton-John just died. And I was like, you are lying because she's eternal. But she's not. You've never seen Grease though, right?
I have not seen the whole movie.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't particularly care to be honest.
Rude.
Not a period of time.
Rude.
Where like the musicals based in it are something I want to see.
I want to see it. I want to wear a poodle skirt to work.
Nothing's stopping you.
Amazing. Yeah, you're right. What if that came back? Poodle skirts. That'd be so cool.
You can just start making those and selling them on Etsy.
My grandma made me a few when I was a kid because I was so obsessed with Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, wow.
Particularly her in Grease, obviously. But my grandma was an avid sewer and she sewed me. I have like 2 or 3 poodle skirts that she made me when I was a kid. And I would like make my parents sit on the couch and I would act out the movie Grease. And it was just like a one-woman show, which is still like one of my favorite things to do, are one-woman shows.
Yeah.
Here at work.
Yeah. We get vignettes of
like my juggling the other day.
Yep.
I bet you didn't know I could do that.
I sure did. I didn't believe you.
Yeah, I know. Which is something I would totally do. Be like, guys, watch me juggle. And then I just can't. But yeah, I can juggle. But anyways, I really loved Olivia Newton-John, so I'm sad. And maybe I'll bring back the poodle skirt. You know? Like the low-rise jeans that are trying to come back. And I refuse to let them. But yeah, that's a sad one.
Yeah.
That's about all that's happened this week in the news, really. It's been a slow news week. Or I'm just not paying any attention.
Yeah, I think there's a lot happening, but...
Sure. I know gas prices are dropping.
Oh, it's been amazing.
That's nice.
That's the first time I felt like I really paid attention to it.
I know I never pay attention to gas
Yeah.
prices. That's what I've always said my whole life, because you have to get gas.
Yeah.
And by the time I get gas, it's because I have 2 miles till E. So I do not ever have the luxury of being like, well, it's 10 cents cheaper over here. Your girl ain't making it over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be breaking down.
Yeah. Well, to get to a different gas price in this town, you have to go like
Far.
to the edge of town.
Further south.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I always go to a gas station that's just in Country Club.
Which
like
one?
If you go past the North Shops,
Right there on the right.
it's just like 10 feet.
They always advertise that they have hot dogs
Yeah, they have they have a meal thing that's like, I don't know, $1.50
for two hot dogs or something.
2 hot dogs and a drink or something.
Ugh, sign me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, great gas station. Always have great gas prices.
Have you tried a hot dog?
No, I haven't even noticed a hot dog in there.
Interesting.
I guess there might be a hot section there,
Okay.
but like I don't really.
I would do
Remember.
all the things for a quick trip to come to town.
Oh my God, there's new construction in town on the belt
Is
where
it
the
Quick Trip?
Ryans was. You would never hear from Ryans.
No, but we had Ryan's in Kansas City.
Yeah,
And I loved eating at Ryan's.
of course, it was great as a child.
And it was always really like dim in there.
Super
no
dim.
lights.
Super
Very
dim.
brown.
Way too many things for even a buffet.
So good.
Yeah.
I love
And I was
buffets.
really hoping it was going to be something good, something interesting,
What is
something
it?
new. It's just another Wendy's.
Are you kidding me?
There's just going to be another Wendy's.
We don't need another Wendy's.
No.
Although that is closer to my house.
Yeah.
But not
slightly.
like significantly closer, you know?
Yeah.
Just like a minute closer.
I was really hoping for Steak and Shake
Oh my
because
gosh.
I had never been to Steak and Shake until very recently.
It's so good,
and
right?
it was amazing.
It's so good. I would kill for a Steak and Shake. I would kill for a Quick Trip. And I would double kill for a Noodles and Company.
Oh, I do. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh.
I love Noodles and Company.
I went there for my birthday with my mom. Well, honestly, we tried to go to Fritz's at Crown Center where they bring your meal on a choo-choo train. Yes, I turned 30. Don't worry about yourself. I was bringing back my youth with the choo-choos. And the line was so long. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not.
And you were like, I'm 30. I'm not going to wait in line.
Yeah, I was like, I'm 30. This is beneath me. Let's go get some buttered noodles. And so we went to Noodles and Company, but I had this mac and cheese and it was like buffalo chicken mac and cheese. And you know I love buffalo sauce.
I love Noodles and Company.
It was so good.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
we're
good.
getting another Wendy's. So that's great.
Why?
I don't know.
I'd like to talk to whoever's in charge.
I don't know. Our city manager, I guess. I don't know how much control they have over that.
Okay, well,
but-
if you're listening to this podcast, call me. I have some advice for you.
And there's all kind like,
A Quick Trip would do so well.
yeah. I mean, we have a big gas station. Any big gas station to me is like any other big gas station.
No,
And
you
I'm not in love with Quick Trip.
You're wrong.
The one in Platte City is not nice.
Yeah, but you're wrong. So I grew up with Quick Trip right down the street, and their food on the roller grill things are so good. They've got a chicken taquito. Oh my God. It's like on my top 5 favorite foods.
I just
Right beneath the gas station hot dog.
I just always had Casey's and their pizza. And their pizza is honestly pretty good. And they have a barbecue pizza that's probably better than any barbecue pizza I've had.
Is this a food podcast now? A gas station food podcast?
We'll start a new one reviewing gas
Can
station.
we please and go and do the podcast from the parking lot? Let's go to Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee's a decent gas station.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, remember my hot dog story from there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell it on here. It's really funny. It's not. It's actually really embarrassing, but here we are. So a couple weeks ago, I went to Hy-Vee gas and I was like, I'm going to get a hot dog even though it's 7:30 a.m. because, as I've mentioned probably more times than I should on this podcast, I love gas station food, hot dogs, anything trashy that'll make me be in the bathroom for the rest of the day. I want it. And so I was like, I'll get a hot dog. So I got a hot dog at 7:30, and like the reality kicked in of it. I was like, dang, I'm getting a gas station hot dog at 7:30. All these people are eating breakfast foods around me. They're like, you know, well put together adults. And here I am like a raccoon. And so I'm like waiting in line, get up to the front, and I'm like, here you go. And I hand him my stuff, and I just want to get out of there because I'm embarrassed. And he's like, oh, where's the barcode for the hot dog? And I'm like, oh my God, please just like scan it and get me out of here. And he can't find it. And he is like, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Where's the barcode? And just kept repeating hot dog. And there's like a line behind me. And I'm like, oh no. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like dying of embarrassment. And then he yells across the gas station. And I can't remember the guy's name, but he's like, hey, Ben, how do I ring up a hot dog? Just like that. And I was like, oh dear God. And I was so mortified. And the guy goes, what? A hot dog? And the guy goes, yeah, a hot dog. Where's the barcode for a hot dog? I swear it felt like he was saying every other word was hot dog. And I just wanted to curl up and die. And at that point I was like, should I just take it and run out? Like, should I go to jail for this just to like avoid further embarrassment? And he finally found it and scanned it, and I got out of there. But now I can't go back. Just kidding. I'm honestly thinking about going for lunch now that we're talking about it, but it was so embarrassing.
Yeah. I understand.
You know,
the only thing I've gotten there in the morning was a pepperoni pizza roller.
Those are so good. I had one of those when we did the podcast one time.
Because they do have regular breakfast. I actually have pretty good breakfast food.
I wouldn't know.
But I got a pizza roller.
Those are delicious.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
We should go there for lunch. I brought my lunch today, but we should go there for lunch. Well, anything else going on in your life? What time is it?
No.
Ooh.
I'm just waiting. Like I said, the hot does not do me well.
Nope.
So I'm waiting for fall.
Yeah.
And then I'll like feel fine again.
Sure.
Once I can wear
layers.
Sleeves.
Yeah, I know.
I need my 3/4 sleeves.
Sure.
Because I wear sleeves, but I always roll them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I went to Branson over the weekend. Oh. And that was hot.
Was it hot down there?
Ugh, yeah.
And,
miserable.
And what's the word? Humid?
Yeah.
Because it's like, not oceans.
Lakes.
And
yeah.
Mountains and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Branson.
No.
Nope.
My family was never a Branson. We go to Eureka Springs in Arkansas.
My family was a Branson family, and I liked it when I was a kid. As an adult, not so much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was hot.
Does Lambert still exist?
Yes, and I wanted to stop so bad, and nobody in my family would stop.
Your kids didn't want to go to Lambert?
No, getting bread thrown at me? Ugh, yes, please.
And their serving portions are...
Don't tell me that.
Absurd.
Don't tell me that. I'm going to have FOMO. I already have it. Just the
I just remember they had, like, someone near us ordered a salad, and they brought out not like a bowl of salad, but like the bowl you mix salad in. That was her salad.
Yeah, see? Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm already mad I didn't get to go from the cartoon drawing of a waitress throwing a roll. That alone made me like want to cry.
They do throw them.
I love that.
Yeah.
Throw those carbs at me. Ugh. Well, otherwise, anything?
No.
You got the State of American Libraries printed out there. You made me read it.
Yeah. Do you feel enlightened? Do you feel more prepared to deal with library issues at large?
No, not a lot of like, here's how you handle this. It was just mostly like people recapping.
That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah. So, I don't feel enlightened. It made me kind of sad. Lots of attacks on libraries.
Yeah, not a lot of great things.
No.
But there were some good things. They do try to highlight the good things.
Sure.
A lot because, I mean, half of it is about book banning.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about so many times.
Yeah, I can't even
on this podcast
talk about it anymore. It's just so prevalent in library culture today that it's hard not to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it
It takes up half of the State of American Libraries report.
right. It's all you see. And I did read that like the book challenges for a 1 month period, I think it was, or like doubled from what they had been the year before, which is horrifying.
For the whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we'll be able to keep you up to date on that because it's just going to continue for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, not a ton in there that's like, oh, I didn't know that. A lot of it is well known if you keep up with library news. And
something we talked about ended up in here, which we talked about a while back about the Library of Congress changing its subject headings.
Oh, yeah.
With the aliens and illegal aliens, changing that to non-citizens and illegal immigration.
Yep.
That made it into the report.
Cool.
And a little bit about diversity and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
The main other thing was talking about libraries kind of got an influx of cash this year from outside of normal channels that aren't sustainable. So
yeah,
with the ARPA, American Rescue Plan Act funds, and I know that St. Joseph Public Library received some sort. We got a grant. That's how we expanded our hotspot access.
Okay.
We were able to buy more hotspots with this grant from, I just don't remember. I don't know if it was the American Rescue Plan Act or some other, derivative of some relief measure.
Sure.
But that was why we were able to buy those for SJPL.
Which has been great. People love them.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a holds list on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
And then talking about libraries, we don't really have too much of this here, but a lot of libraries are still doing things like giving out free testing kits for COVID, getting people signed up for vaccines for COVID.
Yeah.
Not such a huge issue here that we deal with, but,
right.
In places like New York City and LA.
I can't even imagine.
No.
No.
I really can't.
No. It's a lot.
And that was really like the three big things was book bans, COVID, and
funding.
And then there was a little bit at the end here that ebook reading is like surging.
Yes.
And they say, still the majority of people prefer to read on a print book, but it's down. That majority is down to 65%.
Right.
Which is only 2 in 3. So 1 in 3 people, when they're reading now, are doing so on a e-reader or their phone or their computer. Or
I definitely prefer a physical book, but ebooks are way easier.
Yeah, I can see if you're a person who reads like a lot of books, how it would be, especially people that come in and get 30 paperback romance novels.
Yeah.
It'd
be way easier.
You could just have those on your tablet.
Well, and I like the flexibility of being able to just lay in bed and grab it and read. And then it's easy to put it down. You just turn it off. Save your spot.
Yeah. I mean, I do a lot of, because most of the reading I do is articles and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So pretty much all of my reading is online. It's just not reading books.
Right. Speaking of reading books, you read 3 more pages.
I read 3 to 5 in that area, more pages of Transfer of Power.
So funny.
But that means I'm on page 70.
Which is good for you.
But there is 400 to 500.
Ew.
Pages,
why'd you pick such a big book?
It's kind of well, it also has strangely, it's not large print, but it has strangely large print.
Oh, okay.
Well,
that's not terrible.
Where I feel like I'm reading really fast.
Yeah. I do like that about large print. I am not reading anything. Well, I have a few books started, but none of them are sticking. Oh. But I'm anxiously waiting for the book by, what's her name? Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly.
Yeah.
And the title is I'm Glad My Mom Died. And she writes about growing up on Nickelodeon, and her mom forced her into stardom, it sounds like. So it was kind of against her will. So a pretty abusive situation, but it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, she's been in the news a few times recently for some things she's been talking about in relation to her child star days.
Yeah. And it sounds like the guy from Nickelodeon's a creep.
Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a lot of teen shows.
Yeah, all that.
I think he even did things like, what was that Jamie Lynn Spears show?
Oh my gosh. Zoe 101?
Yeah, and the one with
Victorious?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Victorious was that show.
Yep,
and then they
yep.
branched off with Sam and Cat, which had Jeanette McCurdy in it, actually.
Oh.
Sam was played by Jeanette, and her character was Sam from iCarly.
Oh.
And then Cat was played by
They're
Ariana
in the same
Grande.
universe.
They are.
Interesting.
Came together, brought the two shows together. My kids actually watched all those recently, and I enjoyed watching them with them because I remember I was a little old for those shows when they first came out, but they're cute.
You were a little old for those.
Still watched them though. What does that say about me?
I was like 6 months too old for them. Like they were portraying people that were like, I was a freshman and they were like middle schoolers,
right.
You know?
Right.
Like Ned's Declassified.
Yeah, I never got into that
School
one.
Survival Guide.
I did watch a couple episodes, but I've never like.
It's goofy.
It is goofy. I always liked all that. It's like the kids' Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
I
and
always
the
wanted-
Amanda Show.
Oh my gosh. Amanda, please. I always wanted to be on that show. Oh my god. Do you remember the skit from that when they would go into the bathroom? The girls' room. And her mom, when she was Moody's Point, when she was up in the hot air balloon, her mom flew away in the hot air balloon. The show's so stupid. So funny. Oh man. Well, not a lot going on right now.
No, we haven't done a quiz in a while.
Okay, let's do it.
So I found a quiz. It actually takes a while to find these. And I think BuzzFeed is now run by like AI robots because their quizzes
are terrible.
They like just don't make sense.
Right.
Like, and they're all kind of the same where it's like, they give you 4 pictures and they're like, pick one of these things in a picture.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you, like, it's just like, do this, do blank, we'll tell you blank.
Yeah.
And then an AI robot just plugs in those two.
Yeah.
And then an AI robot just picks 4 pictures off the internet.
I have
and
noticed
is like, pick one.
that BuzzFeed is like really different now than it was like a year ago, even.
I really think they might be using AI robots.
Terrible.
To make these quizzes now.
Well,
so it was hard to find.
The quiz you found though looks good. We know
actually it is surprisingly normal.
It's titled "We Know Which Library Section You're Most Like" based on these questions. So let's see what sections we are. How often do you go to the library?
Well, because
Too
I work
often.
here.
Just joking. I'd say every day. I feel like I'm at the library all the time. So we have to select that one.
Yeah. Or probably 3 times a week, once a week, every month, once every few months.
I rarely go because I have so many overdue books. That one is the one that I should pick. Okay, every day. Pick a job you've always been secretly interested in. An actor, a stunt double, author, dancer, private investigator, or a radio host. Well, I'm already that one. So I don't know.
That's hard.
I know. There are a couple.
I like author because it's like super low maintenance.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of work.
If I was an author, I'd be like mysterious.
You could go anywhere and write a book.
I would be so mysterious.
That's what I like about it. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going author.
I think I said mysterious the second time I said that. Okay, I would either do author or a private investigator. But I don't think I want to be a private investigator. I think I'd prefer to be a crime scene investigator.
You should do Private Investigator.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Pick a show to watch on Netflix. Jane the Virgin, On My Block,
Never heard of it.
Black Mirror, Glow, How to Get Away with Murder, or The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
This is difficult.
I've already watched one of these shows all the way through, and that's the one that I would pick again.
Which one?
How to Get Away with Murder. It's so good.
So bad.
What?
It is so bad. I like...
It's so good.
What's the other one?
Scandal.
Scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Scandal was also not believable,
Mm-hmm.
but like, not like, oh my God, this couldn't...
It is.
Like,
I'll give you that.
absolutely...
Yeah.
Like, not even close to
Yeah.
ever happen
I'll
in
give
the
you that.
first episode.
But I love How to Get Away with Murder.
I'm going to pick Jane the Virgin because I have seen a significant amount of that.
I have not.
It's a funny show.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. What's your biggest book-related pet peeve? Taking out a book from the library only to find there's writing in it? Ugh. Lending out a book and not getting it back. People that break the spine of their books. Losing track of the page you were reading. Not being able to find the book you want anywhere. Or when a book gets adapted to film, but a major character is left out.
Huh. Mine might be not being able to find the book you want anywhere, because that happens to me. Where I'm like, oh,
terrible taste.
I finally found this book I'm interested in, but I like can't find it because it's not in English or something.
Yeah.
Or like it was published once in 1992.
Right. I think mine would be the writing in the library books.
It's very frustrating.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
I
We
hate
just
it.
erase it.
Right.
Or cover it up.
Yep. That's the one I chose. What'd you pick? Not being able to find it?
Yeah, not being able to find the book you want.
Okay. How long does it take you to finish a book?
Well, see, if I'm going to go read a book, I'm going to choose either a day or 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4 days.
All right.
If it's something that I'm like very low interested in, a few months.
Oh my gosh. I could not do that. I would
It's
say
already been more than a month and I've read 70 pages
oh my gosh.
of transfer of
I'm going to select 3 or 4 days.
That's what, yeah.
I can read a book in a day, but it has to like really have my interest now.
I'll throw in normally a week.
There you go.
Because when
Alright.
I used to have time to read, because when I lived in Boston and would take the subway, that was a perfect time to read.
Yeah.
And that was like a week.
Right.
Just don't have
Alright.
time now.
Pick a new book to read. Children of Blood and Bone. The Woman in the Window. Everything I Know About Love. The Kiss Quotient. Awayland. Stories. Or The Beauty That Remains.
Based on covers, I'm going to have to go with a Wayland
I
story.
knew you were going to pick that one.
Yeah. It's also the most vague one.
Right.
So
I've read The Woman in the Window, and I've also read The Kiss Quotient. So,
you haven't read Children of Blood and Bone?
no, and I feel like I should, so I'm going to pick that one.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing about libraries? The free Wi-Fi? Duh. The free books. The quiet space. The choice of books. The nice librarians. They're always recommending books I might be interested in. Or is it bad if I say the films? I mean, there's a lot of choice and they're all free.
What do you think?
Duh. The free books.
I might say The Quiet Space.
There you go.
Even though it's usually not quiet.
I was going to say, doesn't happen very often.
It's quieter
Mm-hmm.
than a lot of places you go.
Sure.
More peaceful.
Okay.
The peaceful space.
There you go. And finally, choose a book that's been adapted into a film. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Like Water for Chocolate, Pride and Prejudice, Gone Girl, The Color Purple, or The Hate You Give. This is hard for me.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Gone Girl.
Have you seen that movie?
Only part.
It's so good. And I love Ben Affleck. Love him. He's one of my favorites. I'm really torn between Harry Potter and The Hate You Give.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that one was a movie already.
I'm going to have to... I don't know. Harry Potter. Okay. What did you get?
I got that I am the crime mystery thriller section. You tend to be more logical than emotional. When it comes to reading, you appreciate a good story full of suspense. You love reading the little details about each character and enjoy the build-up before a major plot reveal. You should visit the crime, mystery, and thriller section next time you're at the library.
Interesting.
Which, as I said before, if I'm going to read an entertainment book, that is the kind I would read.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Good job.
Very slowly.
I got children's literature. You got into reading because each book you read transported you to a different world. That wonder and curiosity you felt every time you turned the page was next to none. To be honest, your childlike nature has never really gone away. You're still a fun and optimistic person. That's why children's literature is a perfect match. Retweet. That's right. Love that.
That was pretty spot on.
That was pretty spot on. Love it. That was a good quiz.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
it was
like...
from 2018.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
It was made 4 years ago.
Well, that's okay.
But they just they don't make those anymore.
When did The Hate You Give come out?
I have no idea.
Dang. I didn't realize it was before 2018.
Yeah.
That's such a good book.
It's been challenged
So many times.
a lot.
Of course.
It's in the top. I think it's number 10 on the top 10.
Mm-hmm. It was. Figures.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was fun. Or not.
Well, next month, like once we finish that month, September, that will be 1 year of podcasts.
Yay. So proud of us. This has been a fun journey.
It has.
I don't usually stick with a project for this long. I'm not good with commitment.
Yeah.
This is a big commitment and I like it.
Yeah, we might transition and do more of just the month episodes. And then do a mid-month if there's something
big going on.
Something interesting, something important.
I think that's a good idea.
We didn't do one in the very first month we did this.
Yeah.
In October.
Remember when we first started, I was like, we should do weekly.
It's far too much.
LOL.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's even work just to sit here and talk and have like a conversation.
Oh yeah. So we'll see what happens in year 2. But we have been having a great time.
Yeah, we hope you have too.
Thank you for listening.
Stick with it, baby.
We'll keep you entertained, I'm sure.
For sure. All right. Well, it's been real.
We'll see you next month.
Bye.
Bye.